Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class again. So yesterday we started our concept, our topic on the ServiceNow scripting. We see what is customization, what is configuration, business value, complexity score, and then we have to be decide that where to go. Now we are going to be discuss further on the scripting part. Okay. This book is just for my reference as of now. We'll do the practical things as well, so nothing to be worried. So in ServiceNow, if I say we are mainly going to be use the JavaScript for the backend development, means any kind of a business rules, business logics, or I can say client-side scripts and all. We're going to be use the JavaScript. There's one more term which is popular nowadays. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw some kind of a job description. If you want to do the coding or the scripting on the service portal, then you should know the Angular JS as well. Again, it is extension of the JavaScript only. So Angular JS and Jelly. Jelly is not used much nowadays. It's again a different language, scripting language. But Angular JS, I know. Then you should know HTML, CSS as well, because the portal is nothing. It's just a HTML code only, or a kind of a website only. So you know these things in and out so that you can build your logics in the service now. But my knowledge says, but my experience says here, if you know the basics of JavaScript, that's fine. Means you know the syntax. Important point is that how you are able to drive the logic. How you are going to make the logic. That is important. So sometimes when I take interview, I'm not much interested that the person or the participant is able to write the code or not. He can learn this part. I'm interested that he's able to make the logic or not. If he's able to make the logic, it means he can write the code as well. I'll give you one example, my personal example. So I'm a BCom pass out. I done my graduation in the commerce, accounts and other things. And after that, I done my post graduation in the computers. So I done my master's in the computer application. I'm MCA degree holder as of now. Okay. So when the first semester started for the MCA, we have a language called C. Almost in my class, everybody is from the same background, BBA, BCA, almost BCA background people are there. So they know the scripting, they know the logic, and they start working. But that's fine. Okay, it's a little bit problematic for me, but I started that journey. So after a few days of the class of the C language, my teacher says write a code to delete a number. When you write a code to ask a number from the user and delete that number from the logic. I said, okay, let me write this code. So as a normal in the labs, we go and we started the writing the program. Printf, sorry, this one, include files and printf, enter the number and number deleted. I print the message number deleted. Okay, that's fine. I try to be run this, compile this code and want to be run this. But it did not work. I asked user, okay, enter the number here, enter number 4. But it did not deleting the number. I go to my teacher and say, ma'am, it's not working. She says, okay, tell me what you write. I said what you said that to be right. Please enter the user, please enter the number, user enter the number. And then I'm pressing the delete button. She laughed a lot. Atul, where's the logic? I said, this is the logic. I'm asking the number, I'm asking user to enter the number and then clicking on the delete button. She said, no, it is not logic. I need to find out the number. I said, why I need to find out the number? I am able to see the number. I have delete button on the computer. Why not I'm using that part? Then I realize writing code is not difficult. Making logic is a more difficult. And if you're able to make a logic, you can write the logic as well, or write the code as well. So after that, I understand that these languages are not my cup of tea. But still, it's a 3-year journey, so I have to be complete. I learned C, C++, JavaScript, Java, a lot of things I learned, but somehow I clear it. Okay, so now it is important here. If you want to become a developer, important point is that you should think that how I can make a logic. Rest you can learn from the practice. What syntax, comma, semicolon, brackets, open parentheses, anything you can learn easily. But important is that how to how to build the logic. That is more important here. Okay, so in this case, in this scenario, we are going to be discuss few concepts from the ServiceNow perspective. And now if I show you something here, that this is what they are saying. Because it's a JavaScript, you have a function, you need to call the function, put a parameter, enter the parameter, return true and false. So doing the scripting nowadays, doing the scripting in ServiceNow is much easier than the previous cases or the previous years. Because a lot of new classes, new function has been introduced by ServiceNow. And that helping the developers to understand that part. Now the question comes where to write the script. Is there any place? If I say, okay, go and create a table, you know that, okay, go to the table module, click new and create a table. Atul, where I need to be write the code, write the script. So we have a script editor. It is look like this. Okay, we'll see this thing in the instance as well. So this is the place where you can write the script. Let me show you here. If it is be active, yes. Let me load completely. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to be clients. Okay. So I'm just showing you a one sample of script editor. Either you write a code for the email notification, for the workflow scripts, for the background scripts, for the schedule jobs, anything you do, the scripting editor will be same for everybody. Okay, so here you can see the script box. Oh, it's showing only 2 buttons. No, click on this. Okay, it's for the search. Why it's not showing the more options for me? Yep, now it's showing. So you can see here. This is my script editor, where you actually write the script. When you click on the save, it compiles the code. And when you open the record, it will run for us. So what this symbol says, it says click disable syntax. So it is like if I say, let me copy the code from here. So it says if I click on this, let me maximize this. Okay. So you can see the few formatting has been done here. If I come here like this, toggle syntax, kind of a line and all the things, it making a changes. That is for the syntax part. If you want to save, you can save it, your code. Okay. If you have any question, help, you can do it from here. You can open the separate window completely. Now I had this thought for a long time now. I must put this thing in maybe in ServiceNow community that they should introduce one more button, which is font. The font is very less here. So I can increase the font 10, 12, 13, 14, so that little bit more I can see it easily. If you are going up and down for the previous part, you can find it. So previous you will be search here. So like I want to find out the true. So when I click on this option has been opened. Where the true word is coming. You can put enter or you can search option here. If you want to go for the replace, so it has a replace and it has a replace all. Normal like in the Word file, in the Excel file, we do the same thing is there. You can use this part and then format code. Now, if you see here, it is not good formatted. Now, if I click on this, you can see how it's look good like this way. Parentheses under parentheses, else, one loop, second loop, and all the things. It is with there. It is good option. And finally, if you want to do the toggle comment, if you want to comment something, let's say I want to comment this part. So like this, you can do it. So this is a normal script editor. You will habitual with this option when you start using the scripting part. Nothing much on this discussion. I want to put a time here now. Okay. Important point which we are going to be discussed today. So this is complete theory, nothing else. Yes. The second point for today's class, which is important for the scripting, the ServiceNow classes. Let me put it here. Classes. Or I can say must, as the name indicates, ServiceNow glide class. Anybody know what is the name of ServiceNow before it becomes ServiceNow? What was the name of that company? Anybody know?
It was Glide.
Only glide or glide something else?
Was yeah, it was something with Glide.
Check on Google. Are you sure? So it was glide. Glide record, glide snow. What was there? Can you check? And how you know that it was glide?
Because you asked the same question. It was Glide Soft.
Yes, it was glide soft. Correct. So the actual name of ServiceNow company is Glide Soft. And I guess in somewhere in 2004, if I'm not wrong, they converted or they rename it to the ServiceNow. So they keep their company name Glide as one of the word in the scripting. It is not a Java class. It's not nothing. It is just a ServiceNow given name in their functionality. So that people should remember that, okay, the company, the actual company name is still exists. So it's I can say emotionally it still representing the previous company or the actual company. So this is the glide here. Now the thing is that if I go in the layman language, what is the meaning of the glide? A dictionary meaning. Something which is smooth kind of things. Right? So it's I can say that if we have a glass door or that windows, if you push a little bit that window get closed. It's like a smoothing part. So when I was creating the videos for this ServiceNow scripting classes, I put this concept. And one of the person who was working in ServiceNow, he put a comment on that part. Glide doesn't mean this dictionary meaning. Glide represent the actual name or the previous name of the ServiceNow company. So what ServiceNow do with the glide? And this is the base for the scripting in ServiceNow. Okay, so glide is basically a class in ServiceNow which we are going to be used to expose JavaScript API. Now what is API? Application Processing Interface. Simple example as of now, we will see this API in the integration part. Simple example of API that you go to restaurant and you order your stuff or order your food to the waiter and he bring the food for you. So this exercise which you are putting the order and the person is bringing the order for you is the API. The waiter is the API for me, who is going in the back, who is taking the input from the front end, going in the background and bringing the results for you. He himself not putting any mind, any thought. So that is the API here. Okay. Now important is, which is again now we are going a deep dive, guys. Get ready. So I can say till now in the scripting we are just 2 feet or 3 feet in deep. Once we done the glide, we are almost 40 feet deep in the ServiceNow scripting, because this is what the main base of this, and everything is on the basis of the glide records or the glide classes only. Okay, now what it says is glide.
Sorry, Atul.
Good.
Sorry to. I have one question. So Glide is a Java class, or is their own? No.
It's ServiceNow created class which is exposing the Java APIs. So we have Java independent, right? We have to be installed JDK and all the things, right? Now, if you want to use that independent Java kit, we need something. And ServiceNow say, I build my own classes with the name called the glide. So with the help of the glide, you can take or you can expose the Java APIs and use your and build your code on the top of that.
Okay.
Okay. So now here the first point is called the glide record. Okay, let me come here and we'll show you here. This one. So in this, the first part is we're on this part, glide record. Okay, so glide record is a very common API, JavaScript API, which use the glide record class. And what it do? Let me come here quickly and scroll down. Let me show the syntax here. This thing. Because the thing is that in ServiceNow, we have tables. You take an example. If you want to store foundation data, then table, transition data, then table. So without table, nothing is working. That is fact and that is true. Now, if I want to bring my data from a table, I need to be called that particular table. And to call that table, I am going to use the glide record class. The reason it is said in the beginning, it is one of the most common JavaScript API. Because if I say, OK, there's a function in Rajesh house. I said, Rajesh, I need 2 boxes of cold drink. Rajesh going back in the godown and bringing it for me. Someone say, hey Rajesh, I need 2 boxes of the some sweets. He going back in the godown and bringing the 2 boxes for me. It means this API who is going back and bringing for you. That is the glide record here. So if you want to bring any data from the table, we have to be use the glide record, because in the glide record we are going to pass the parameter called the table name. In short, for your any query, I want to see the incident which has the priority 4. It is coming from the glide record. In the background, it run a small code. It passes a table name, going in the database, opening the table, putting the filter condition, bringing the results, showing in the form level. This is what the glide record do. So now if I say I go here and I click here, let's say open. What I'm doing, I am going in the database, opening this table and putting a condition where active is active. Atul, come on, this is not that much. Let's see. We have done this one now. Open. Let's edit the module. Let's see. Did they mention any code here? Because it's a very basic example I'm telling you. Go to the link type. They just put active is equal to true. They did not mention anything here. But in the background, to run this code, it is going in the database, checking the table and bringing the results for me. This is what the glide record do, like this here. So what we do, we have to pass that table name, not the label name. We are passing this thing, table name, incident, change underscore request, problem, REQ underscore item. These are table name I have to pass. So what I'm doing, it means that I am passing this table in a variable called glide record. You can put your name, variable Rajesh is equal to new glide record incident. What this mean, what this line mean? That now all the records which are available in incident will be available in my variable as well. And I can perform the actions here. Simple example, right? Write a code to add 2 numbers. So what I do? I write like this. Variable A, variable B, or integer B, like this we do, right? And A contains 5, B contains 7. This is what I'm doing here. Here, I'm bringing the complete table. Now, if in the incident table I have a 2 record, 2000 record, 2 lakh record, 5 lakh record, it doesn't matter for me. Everything has been coming in this variable. Because if you do the direct activities on the database, it can make your system slow. So better bring the data and then perform the activity. This is what the purpose of this particular line. What I can say, why I'm using the same word here, just to be recognized that I'm working in the glide record. You can put your name as well. Ward, Namrata, Wall, Trevor, Rajesh, Pooja, any name you want to put, you can put, because next time you're going to be use this variable for the operations. Now, what operation? If you see here, this is the standard one, glide record dot query. Let's try to write something here. Let's see if I can write something here. Not that much good in scripting. But one thing I got experience now. If I can write a small code, then anybody can write a small code. I spent approximately 5 to 7 days or 10 days to read this complete book. Almost 200 pages I read. And then as per my understanding, I can read the videos as well. Okay, so now let's come here and let's put here or dash 10 equal to new. It means why it's not showing here new glide record. Any reason why it's not showing? It means we are writing at the wrong place. We are writing something on the wrong place. Maybe it is not for the client script. Some other script should be there. Some other component should be there. Should be in the business rule. Maybe it's on some other policies. Let try to write this code here on the business rule. Sorry, let open. Now I go here. I'm just giving you to understand that maybe sometime I'm writing code at the wrong place and this thing happen. Let me click on the advanced and go here. And now let me write a code here. Batch 10 is equal to new record. Now it's working. See, color has been changed. Let me write the same thing in the client script. Let's see if it means we're writing on the right place or not. This is something which I can say from my experience, just to understand that I'm on the right place or not. Because when we go a little bit more deep, there's a few things, there's a few logic which there's a few classes which you cannot call on the client script, which you can call only and only in the business rule. Or batch is equal to new. Yeah, it means it is working here as well. That's fine. And here I can put in a bracket incident. Like this. So it means what I'm doing, I'm calling the incident table into the variable called the batch. What is the meaning of the next line? Dot query. And see, now it is not querying this particular class. No, it's querying this variable. Means go in the database and bring the data for me. Query is one of the another function has been given by service now. So like if I say here batch dot working because let me put this semicolon. Is not working. It means something wrong here. Otherwise, it should show me this query, which is not showing. Let's go in the business rule and complete this. Incident batch 10. Oops, here also not working. Query. It's not working for me. And I'm doing something wrong. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. So this particular line is to bring the data from this particular variable now. So what I'm saying, all the incident records is in this particular variable, and from variable I'm putting the query, and I'm saying while glide record dot next, go next, go next, go next, go next, go next, until unless it is the end of the record. Okay, that is what this particular line mean here. I'm not saying that you have to be what I can say. Remember this. No. It is not like you have to be remember this. No, it is something which you learn with experience only. And these are the basic lines which is given by this author in the book. So now if you say this one, I want the incident where priority is 4. To do this part, we have this thing, field and operator combination. Right? So variable dot add query, field name, comma, operator, comma, value to compare. Let's try to this in part. -10 dot something wrong here, I'm sure. See, it's showing as a cross button, unexpected token glide. It is unexpected, yeah. New glide is something wrong because it's showing me the parsing error here. That we are not doing the right thing. Otherwise, I should put the batch.10 like this, and I should get the function details as well. Let me put the batch only. Maybe that is a critical problem. No. Parsing, it's not able to parse this. Not sure. Because compiler JavaScript this 328 missing before statement. Okay. Some statement is missing before that. But what statement is missing? I'm looking for that. Let's see here. See again the same thing, error will be here. Let me save it. I'm sure it will give me error. Oh, so smart. It's not giving error. But it's not compiling as well. It says you're doing something wrong here. New glide. It is. The new is the small. Yes, new is the n is the small. Now it's fine. See, this is also one of the error. Now if I go here batch dot and our functions are working here. If I go here, click new. And now if I put batch 10 dot. That is the thing. I'm saying no need to be remember almost everything. No. Now put add query. You can just put it here. Query. Sorry, it's query only, not add query. This one I'm saying. Let me go ahead and write it again. Batch dot query. See. We're right. It's already automated open or show. The only thing is that what we're doing, we're using the wrong word here. It should be small, not caps. If I do this thing, let's say, it will not work because I'm not calling the right class here. And these are the very minute issues which you forget. Okay, so make sure you're using the right. So now this is not the question of making the logic. This is a question to write the logic, which we can learn. By mistakes we can learn. Oh, new n should be small. R should be caps. This thing. Okay. So now what it's saying, variable dot add query. What is my variable? My variable is this add query, and here I can put the field name. I can say name I'm seeing like priority. But here it will not come. If you say priority should come, it will not come. So you can put the priority priority priority. Okay, and then operator and then value to compare by this manner. Priority is equal to 1. If you don't put any operator, it will be considered as the equal by default. So you can put greater than, less than, you can put the operator. So now you can see, you can think. You just go here in the list view, right? And click on the, let's say I want to open an incident one. You go ahead and you start putting your filter condition. Priority is 1. Where it has been written, how this service now understanding this code via these options only. Glide record. In the background, there is a glide record will run, which take priority as the 1, table as the incident. Go and fetch the result for me. This is what the thing. And do the next until we reach the end of the records. Till the time run this query. Okay, so now if you see here again, it's running on the problem table now. Incident problem, you can run that part. Okay, and see it is not going priority as a high, no. Priority is the 1. What number it's picking up? Let me open this for you. It's picking up the background or backend value. See, it's picking up this value. Logically, for the user, it is critical. Priority is 1 is critical. Rajesh has a question, Atul, why we did not mention the critical? Maybe today you're using the word critical, tomorrow you use the criticals. Then logic will fail. So better use the backend value only. This one. Right click and configure choices. You will find this part. Show choice list. See, I'm putting this value 1. It's on the chain table. I want to be on the incident table, right? C. Okay, maybe I need to remove the priority order. Let's see here. Incident. So you'll find out. Maybe it's coming from some other choice table, not from here. So you can find out that part, that where this priority is there. But the only point is that it is not giving the English words. It's using the backend value. 1, 2, 3. So now if I say here that if you see the incident record, there's a field available incident state. New, progress, resolved, close. In the background, it has a 1, 2, -3, -4, -6, 7, 8. It's like that only. To make your work easy. I'm sure that I gave one question to you guys, maybe in the very early days. Let me go back. This one. Let me show you like priority and show priority. See, it is integer type. Why it is not a choice type? It's a choice, right? It is a choice. Drop down is a choice. Let me show you the state. See, it is integer type. Why it is not a choice type? This is what the part in service now we need to be understand. If you say maybe Rajesh, customer asks, hey Rajesh, what is the state? See, hey, it is a drop down value only. Oh, it's a choice list. Yes, it's a choice list. But practically, in the database, in the table level, it's not a choice list. It's integer type. If you want to see the choice, see here, go here. It is a string. Come on. It's not also. It is also not a choice type. These are the minute but important configuration in service now. I asked this question sometime in the interviews as well and get very less answers for this. And believe me, I'm not also 100% know that why there's a difference. Why it's showing as a type as a string, not as a choice. But it is working new as a choice only. If you see here, contact. Again string. Now my question is that if these are the string, why not impact as a string? Why it has integer? So think, try to read these things somewhere in the community, that why there's a difference. Okay, so now let's come back here. So with this support, we can get the data where incident is equal to priority 1 or 2 or 3. You can put n number of combinations. If I show you some other examples here. So it says for the change request, risk is 1 or risk is 2. So they put or query. And they put add or condition. So now if I go here in the incident table, let me go back. I just put here, right? Priority is 2 or impact is 3. And if you run on this part, this statement turn into these things. Now you can see here this thing. This is what, see, if as I put the mouse on the top, you can see niche javascript.void is equal to is passing 0 as a null value here. But in the background, it is running this thing only. It is building your query. Clear? So when we say I click on this button, this thing happen, I click on this button, this thing happen, this is what the happening in the background. So if you remember that when we started this class, the first topic was the value, or sorry, the first topic was the service. Service, it is a means of the value to be delivered to the customer where there is a no ownership of risk and cost. The same thing. I'm not bothered what is happening in your life in the background. I want my result. You are not bothered what is happening in my life in my background. You just want daily class on the timings. This is what running in the background. So now you can build your conditions here. Again, you can learn, okay, there's a statement called the or query or the or keyword. But important is that, are you able to make a logic? You can write a logic. Then you won the half battle. This thing nobody can teach you. You will learn by your experience only. And even though I can say the writing the code as well, nobody can teach you. I tried a lot. I tried a lot. You will not believe, when I was started my journey with Accenture in 2009 as a fresher, I got Java stream because that time to the freshers the streams were allocated. I am a well trained in Java. I am still having 3 certifications for Java as well. The basic one, SCJP. Then I did the SCJWC, or one more I did it. But still I'm not that much capable to write a code in the Java. Maybe I did not get chance to work in the domains directly, or some other reasons. That time I was learning, I was happy, so I done these certifications as well. But now I cannot write a code as well. It's not my cup of tea. So now let's say another example here. Don't worry, we are not going to do this book line by line. No. It is just to make your base now. Like this, risk is greater than 2. This 2 is coming from the background value. This is the reason we are using the ServiceNow utilities. SN utility, you can see here, I have installed this one, SN utilities. You can install this plugin in your Chrome as extension. And when you open this, an incident, you will get these things. These values are coming from the utilities only. These one. So now if I click on this state, see, if I change this value to 5, come on, it's still not. Let me try to save this. This is what the developer do. You will not believe. This is what the developer do. They're not going to create a new incident and all the things. They do it from here itself. This is what the benefit of the ServiceNow utilities. Clear. So you can see this table field you want to see. You can just click on this. These are the table fields available. Because again, it's difference between the role. I'm not a developer, so I don't use these things very much. I'm a business process consultant. For me, processes, presentation, workflows are important. Process flows are important. So I know more about those, less about these. So you can see with the help of this, you can check it here only. Which are coming from the task, which are coming from the incident. No need to be click on this, right click and all these things. And see the beauty part, 0 and 1. Maybe 0 is showing to a task, 1 is showing to the incident. Let me scroll a little bit up. Field per table on form, yes, no, or hidden. Something good. If I scroll down, see. This is what the developers work. They're so smart. And the person who created these utilities are more smarter than these guys. So if I click on the toggle table, maybe you want to just see the, let me close this. Let's say toggle table. So I don't want to see the actual name. Sorry, I want to see just the actual name. Then I click on the toggle table. So it's the background name, caller ID. The name which is able to visible to the customers or the user. This thing. Scratchpad. That how these values are getting populated here. This is what the code here. If a good developer, he will just make a change here and he will done his work. Oh, my logic is working. That's fine. This is what let's come back. No problem. So this is what you're doing the operator part. Greater than, less than. Again, you can put and or condition or query and query. You can put it. So now you can try or query and you can do it easily. You can do it. OK. Now, but the question in the Rajesh mind, Atul, way to write this code? You're showing me a lot of things today. Just give a little bit time more. Maybe, but by Monday you will come to know where to write this code. OK. Then if urgency is 1, then what to do? Make the urgency as a 2 and update. I am updating the variable, not the actual table. I'll update the variable and from there it will be in the database as well. I go to Rajesh shop and say, hey, can you give me 2 kg of sugar? Do you have sugar? Yes. Then what to do? Give me 1 kg sugar. This is what the action I have to do. And again, remember, it's not using urgency is equal to high. It's using urgency is equal to 2. This background value. This one. Click on the save. Let's see, anything changes there. Closed, in progress, new. This thing. No, nothing is changing. I'm not sure. This one. So this is the first class that is called the glide record. You have a category as well. Category network. This is important. Delete record and delete multiple. Don't do this thing. Okay, if I want to delete a record one by one, then I use the method called the delete record, function called the dot delete record. But if like it's like replace and replace all. If you click on the replace all, things will be done in a one go. If you put a replace next, replace next, replace next, then it will be done in the one by one manner. This is what important. Now I have a question from the consulting perspective. What do you think if I want to delete something? What is the best practice I have to follow? I need to follow before I delete anything in the record level. What is the best practice I have to follow? Yes, Rajesh, what do you think?
Thinking of it. I'm thinking.
Think, Trevor, what do you think? What is the best practice I have to follow before I delete any record? Okay, let me give you an example. Rajesh Rajesh called one painter. He want to be renovate his house and he want to paint it the house. Before he put a final order that in all the rooms, all the walls should be in the pink color. What Rajesh will do? Hey, can you do a little bit paint on a one wall and let me see how it's look like? That guy say, okay, no problem, sir. He pick up one wall and he painted almost half of the wall. And call Rajesh, sir, come and just check. Rajesh check. No, it's not looking good. Let's not go for the pink. Okay, sir, what color you want? Try some blue. He put the other thing in the other wall in the blue. This is what the best practice. Before you delete multiple records, better you check your script that my one record has get deleted or not. Because if you delete everything in a one go, it's tough to be recovered and many things can be hampered. I give one example. Again, practical example. So in one of my previous project, I was working with the security team. Okay. So they says, Atul, when we are raising a change on particular CI, I want some specific set of questions should come up in the risk assessment. I said, okay, I can do it for you. In the beginning, when we were building that project, we did not analyze much in the depth. Tomorrow, if any other compliance team or any other security team come into the picture, what we have to do? So what we did, we created a field with the value yes and no, and we build their logic. It was working fine. Now, after 1 year, another security team come into the picture, and they want that if I put few of the CIs or the services in my change, another set of questions should come. Now I'm stuck because I have one field for the previous security team with the flag yes and no. Do I need to create another field? for another security team with a yes or no. If tomorrow, after 2 or 3 years, maybe some other security team come into the picture, 5 or 7 security team come in the picture. Do I need to create another fields as well? It's a problematic. Then we make a decision internally. Let's remove this field and create a choice list. In the choice, I put security team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will work for them. I bring all the 4 or 5 security team in a meeting and I presented that solution to them. Everybody is happy. Yes, good solution. We are happy to proceed further. But one team was not happy. I said, what happened? They says, Atul, now we are almost in the year end. And in the January month, our audits are going to be start. If you make a change in the field now, number one, we have a high risk that our reporting can be misleading. Number one. Number two, we have to be update our foundation data as well with the new field, which is again a problematic because when we are building the solution in the initial days, we just have 100 or 200 records and we are able to find out. Now we have more than 1,000 record. It is not that much easy job for a one person to check the things practically. And they decline the solution. They did not decline. They put the solution on hold. Wait till the time our audits get completed. If you want to build the logic in the background, you build it, no problem for me. But don't move the logic in the production till the time our audits get completed. This is what the best practice is, which I did not think as a BA, which my developer did not think as a developer or architect did not think from the architect perspective. But this is what the business thinks from the business side. So these are the best practices. Before you go, you have to make sure that my script is working fine or not. Let's check with the one record. Let's check with the 2 records. If confirm, then go for the multi-row deletion. So if you see here, when creating a delete script, try executing it first, the delete method, and then go for the multiple deletions. And this is what the glide record says. It doesn't mean that this glide record has only these many functions. No. Now you can go ahead and you can see. Batch dot. It has these many functions. These many. Date multiple. T limit, T category. I have no idea what is this. E-ray. Description descending by description or description. Iteration, xt, x record, multiple functions are there, multiple methods are there that you have to be see. So try to do this part. Try to do this part. Okay. Then if I scroll down, clear everybody. Rajesh, Namrata.
So I have a few questions.
Good, sorry.
Sorry. So I'm having few questions, Atul. So what happens after this record? We are running this script. So how this will populate the data? Will it populate it just for the validation purpose, or we want to see something, or it will populate example in some form or somewhere?
It depends on your use case. Let's say your wife says, hey Rajesh, go to market and bring a 2 kg of sugar. You go to the market and bring the 2 kg of sugar. Now, what the purpose of the sugar? Maybe she use in the tea. Maybe she want to make some sweet dish. Maybe she want to use it for some other purpose. It depends on your use case, that where you want to be use this script. We will see when we write the client script. See, if you want to write the client script or the server side script, you need these basic details to be known. So now if I say here, if I click on the background there, if you run this query, what is doing? It is bringing the data for you, right?
Right.
On the form, on the list view level. This is one of my use case. Now, if I say, why, if you click on this, let's say this, when you click on this, why it's showing only and only the resolved incidents? Because this is what the use case has been given to me. If I say assign to me, let's open this module. Now click on this edit module and see what is mentioned in the background. See, it is using the JavaScript. It is a method. Get my assignment. Because you know when any user click on the assign to me tab here, this tab here, if I belong to 5 different groups in the incident, all the 5 different group incidents should be available for me. So this is what I'm doing the query. And then it says this. It says where active is true and assigned to is JavaScript gs dot user underscore id. GS is the glide system. In the next one, we're going to be read about this. Glide record we done. Now we do the glide system. GS dot get user ID, email ID, manager name. This is what we are doing. So now if you read this complete line, it's a script for you, right? Because it's using the JavaScript. I can do this thing via actual scripting as well, with the help of the client script as well. But ServiceNow said don't write unnecessary logic. Use the JavaScript as extension, as a prefix, and put the logic here itself. This is my use case. It depends.
So what is the limitation example for JavaScript and then glide record? Where to use? When to use?
JavaScript is a way to use the glide records. Okay, glide record, glide class. Let me come here. Let me show you something in this book. Okay, so we done this glide record, right? Now in the server side, we have these many glide classes. If you want to do some operation on the server side, then you can bring the data via these classes. If you want to do the operation on the client side, you can use these classes. See, if you want to make any changes in the electricity panel, you need to be work on the main meter. You need some class to do that part. You need some method to do that part. This is what we'll be discussing here. How to bring the data from the database. You want to show on the form or you want to just do the operation? I'll give one more example. Let's say you're booking a ticket. Okay. By mistake, you entered the age into 36. You mentioned the 76 and you click on the OK button. In the OK button, it pick up the data from the form and going in the background of the database. There a condition has been mentioned. If the age is more than 70, it will be considered as a senior citizen and the user need to provide the valid age proof. This is what the scripting doing for you? It's sending your data. Now say your ticket has been booked. You want to see the status of your seat, the PNR number you get, right? You want to see that which seat has been allocated to you. Then what you do, you open the form, you enter your PIN number and press enter. What it's doing, it's going in the server side. It means it's using glide system, or maybe glide date, maybe glide element, maybe glide agreement. Sorry, aggregate. Glide system, it means you're sending something the system and bringing the details for you. In this place, maybe glide got also used. It go to the PNR table, pick up that PNR, go to the in this booking table, check the PNR, get the seat and display on the form. Now you just enter the PNR, but in the return what you get? You get PNR number, you get date of journey, you get passenger name, you get the age, you get the gender, you get the registered email ID, you get the registered phone number. From where these are things are coming and how it is playing via help of this glide classes. On the form you want something, on the user record you want something. This is what the things here. Maybe by the Monday class you will get to know where to use these things. So once we get this, here we are able to find out if I want to write a UI policy that is for the front end, then which class I have to be used to show or to bring the data, to display the data. This is what, or this is where the glide classes will be used. Clear? I'm telling you, start reading this book, Rajesh. It's a fabulous book. I I actually hate reading the books. I don't like this reading and all things. But when I started my journey with this book, I was completely mad actually. That was a time period my wife was in India for her examinations. I came from office, fresh up, have tea, and I sit and open this book. I read 2-3 hours continuously this book. It's too good. You will get the basics understanding of the scripting from this book. I am 100% sure on that part. Too good book, fabulous. Okay.
Sure.
Good. Any other doubt?
Yeah, I have few questions. I am quite confused with business rule. Business rule. Right now, we write a script related with the use glide record in business rule instead of client scripting, right?
Right.
So business rule is related with client scripting
No,
or
no.
okay,
Business rules are the server side scripts.
okay.
As of
So
now, don't worry about this. We will discuss business rules on Tuesday or Wednesday session. I
okay,
want to just show that how this glide records work. So I'm using the
okay,
client script and the business rule in a hand by hand manner. As of now, just don't worry about this business rule. How to execute, where to execute, what to write, we'll see.
okay.
Okay.
So today's class, some I record is a one of the classes which is related like JavaScript API. The glide is useful to extract records or field from base. Is
Don't say extract. No. Say that
okay.
glide records are used to expose the Java APIs. Extract is something wrong word here.
Exposure.
Okay, because so again, when we, let's say you are working as a business analyst or the consultant and you are be discussing with the customer and the technical team together, they will never use the word called extract. They says, can you expose the ServiceNow APIs so that I can consume? See, these are the standard words we use in the discussion.
Okay.
Extract is a different word, is a different meaning here. Okay, so yes, glide records are used to expose the Java's APIs to bring my record, to bring my data. Okay, Namita.
Okay. One more thing. While you were um, I mean, showing the book and where it is mentioned with the two examples of incident and problem.
Mhm.
So, can you please go back because I have a doubt on that part. There was, yeah, in the glide record.
Sure, good.
Please scroll down. Yeah, in the example of incidents, like priority is one and in problem priority is one.
This one. Okay, let me
Yeah.
go
So
down.
in the last, yeah, in the
This one.
last line of the yeah incident, scroll down.
Okay, let me scroll down. This one you're saying.
Here, yeah. So uh, okay,
You're talking about this one or
yeah, this one like in incident it is like showing the while, and in problem it was showing like if while
no? No,
extract.
that's depend on the use case. If means if condition matches, then do this thing. While means up to the end of the record, check and show me the results. So like if I pick up this case, what it's saying, add a query, run the query, and run until you have reached the end of the records. If I scroll down here, maybe you'll be looking for this one. Uh, where it is gone? If condition was there, right?
Yeah,
Doing or which one need to be seen?
this yeah this is an incident. If we scroll down, might be like if is there in problem record.
Let me show you.
I'll check the page number.
You just check and let me know, then we can discuss on that. But it's
Okay,
completely on the use case.
it's in page number 30. In problem. So I just want to understand that what is the difference between like while we are using
30 or 13.
30.
Okay, you reach at
This
the
one.
end. Okay. This one you're saying, right? I'm on the page number 30.
Yeah, 3030. I'm also.
Okay. Priority one, insert query while this. So you want to understand this logic.
I'm not sure like my page number 30 is it different or uh,
Maybe you can share your screen then.
yeah, I can share you. Uh, okay, I'm sharing my screen and it's there. Uh, can you see my screen here?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Okay. Uh, in this
Okay,
script,
okay.
it was
So
like
you're
this,
saying
and
priority one, if blind record dot next code in the loop will run against the problem record with the priority one only. So it's again I'm saying it's a use case. If and while there are two different loops. Okay. Not sure that what exactly they want to be run under this part. So it's say what they're saying, if glide record dot next code in this loop will be run against one problem record. So it means in this case, the first record I'll get where the priority is equal to one, I
hmm,
moved out.
hmm,
I read and I'll moved out. But in the while means up to the end of the record, up to the end of the table, I'll run these records. So let's say you are working in a shop and I said, okay, if you get a blue color bag, bring it for me. This is what if condition. If you get the first blue color bag, bring it for me. Or
okay,
I say, no, no, bring all the blue color bags from the stock.
okay,
While it means it is a second is the while means you have to be check all the bags and which are the blue, you have to bring it back in the display. This is what
okay,
this mean here.
okay. Got it now.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So
yeah.
it depend on your use case as well that what you want to be achieved via this particular loop.
Okay, got it now. So, in upcoming classes, we are going to go through with the script like
Yes.
client scripting and server scripting. So
Right.
business rule will be including in that part.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to do mainly business rule, UI policy, client scripts, and the ACLs are the main points for us in this scripting class.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank
Rest
you.
are there like background scripts and other. You can go through again, or I'll try to be cover a little bit, but not in the depth. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt question? Okay. Let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance.